This ball cage project popped up in my head the other day. I hope you like it. You can make them without beads or anything in them, and as you can see from this necklace, I've connected them all together to make a really statement piece with copper and silver plated wire with earrings to match. So you can sort of play around with this idea as much as you want, but ultimately it's great to have to put a bead in or a semi-precious stone and to cage it. And this is the same idea, but you'll see how I make the sort of little squiggly lines by tweaking them at the end of the project. So you can use it for semi-precious stones, for I don't know, sea glass, all that sort of thing. So I'm starting off by using 0.8 millimeter wire, so that's 20 gauge, and I'm rolling it around any cylindrical object that you can find, and I'm going to do about 6 of these full circles to create a coil. And this is the size of the cage that I want to make. So if you want something smaller, you start with a thinner cylindrical mandrel to wrap around. So once you've made 6 to 8 of these coils, 6 is usually enough, you take the short end and with your chain nose pliers, use that to grip all the coils at one point and wrap around and secure in one place by squishing and squeezing with the pliers. Make sure that won't come apart, but you don't want to wrap too much because it gets bulky. So, once or twice around is plenty. And you can see I've still got the projecting end of the wire there. Now I'm using 0.4 millimeter silver plated copper to wrap around on the opposite end. So I haven't cut too much, just enough to make a few wraps on the opposite side of the coil, opposite that first wrap. So I'm just keeping it really tight. So pull it all together, pull all those coils together and tightly wrap it. And you can actually stop there and then cut the wires off, but I'm going to make sure that that does not come apart. So I'm now twisting the two ends together really tight, twisting them to secure, and then I'm going to make sure it's really tight at the at the point of where it's connected, cut off any excess. So I've just got a short little end, and then I'll just spiral that up. I don't want too much wire. This is going to go on the inside of the ball cage. So I'm just squashing that down, and that's now all connected, and that will be opposite the other binding. So it's now connected at the top and the base of the circle. So make sure that's really well fixed, because otherwise you're going to have problems, because now you're going to pull apart on each side all those wires to create the ball. And I do apologize for the state of my hands and my fingernails and everything. It's just too much work. Lots of working, lots of wire working, lots of metal working, and my hands just, in the end, especially in the winter, they're not too good. But if you just follow the tutorial, I hope this gives you inspiration. So keep opening up these wires so that you get this complete ball and cage, and you just spread them and fan them out on each side of those bindings, and that's really it. And you can squeeze it down a bit. It does take a bit of manipulation, because you'll find you'll do it once and then you'll need to readjust it, and if the wires aren't straight and they move around. So you can see I'm using my pliers just to straighten those wires, and there's a little bit of tweaking and manipulation to get this to be a little better than mine. Mine is a bit fast, and I haven't spent really enough time making it as perfectly as I should. But hopefully this will give you the idea. So you can use it just loose or open up one of the areas where the wires are and pop in any bead of your choice. So it could be a little semi-precious stone or a piece of sea glass or anything that you want to put in, and then readjust all the wires around it so that it's caged within. And then you can find something, maybe a bead to pop on top to finish it off. Maybe not the green, maybe I need a silver. Silver would look possibly better to finish it. So something like that, and there's the end. You can see all the binding is there. Whoops, there goes my bead. No. And then you just want to make the link at the top to hang it from a chain or from a cord. So I just roll the wire all the way down, cut off any excess, so I'm just left with 2 links, and then just split those open, spread them open. Obviously you can do a wrap link, you can do anything you want. This is just what I'm fancy doing right now. And then just adjust it all, and you're ready to feed it on to a cord, chain, piece of leather, ribbon, whatever. And there's another one that I made earlier. So this one has these sort of tweaks in it. Let me just show you how I do that. So you just grip the center of the cage with your chain nose pliers and just give a little twist, and that gives that little bend. And I really came up with this idea when I ruined one of my cages. I just couldn't get it to go round, and it didn't look right. So I thought I'll start tweaking it like this. And I rather liked it. I just thought it was just something with a bit of difference. It sort of makes it a little bit more oval, but it just gives it a little bit of interest. So that's the alternative version. And if you've really messed yours up, do this onto yours, because you'll find it has just a different look, and it means you're not going to have to throw it away. So there we are. That's the finished project, and I hope you have fun making your own. Many thanks for watching.